United States President Donald Trump has warned Iran that the clock is ticking to clinch a deal to end the war, as reports have emerged that Washington and Israel might be planning to carry out airstrikes on Iranian energy infrastructure. For Iran, the clock is ticking and they better get moving fast or there won't be anything left of them. Trump wrote on his Truth social platform, "Time is of the essence."
Drone strikes by Mali's army have killed at least 10 civilians as they prepared to celebrate a wedding in the central region of San in another escalation of the conflict since armed groups launched a widespread coordinated assault late last month. Strikes on Sunday occurred during a security crisis after attacks on the military government's positions last month by fighters from the al-Qaeda-linked Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslim, JNM, and Tuareg separatists known as the Azawad Liberation Front, FLA.
Construction of bus stop sheds for Rawalpindi's expanding electric bus network is expected to finish within a week, paving the way for the launch of e-bus services at Marka-i-Haq Square, previously known as Kutchery Chowk. According to district administration officials, 6 bus bays are being developed in front of Fatima Jinnah Women University, the district court's main gate, Marka-i-Haq Monument, the police monument on Old Airport Road, the State Bank of Pakistan on the Mall, and Gymkhana on Rashid Minas Road.
Lenovo has launched the ThinkPad P14's Gen 7, updating its compact 14-inch workstation with AMD's latest Ryzen AI Pro processors, expanded memory options and an OLED display option with a 120Hz variable refresh rate. The laptop offers RAM options as high as a whopping 96GB.
More than 3,000 criminal cases registered in 2024 and 2025 remain under investigation in Islamabad as police have failed to submit challenges to courts within the required time frame, according to official documents. A report prepared on the directions of the Inspector General of Police, IGP, revealed that investigations into 374 cases are still pending across 5 police zones of the federal capital. Of these, 100 cases were registered in 2024, while 2,974 cases were lodged in 2025.
Pakistan will launch a week-long anti-polio campaign from Monday in 79 high-risk districts, aiming to vaccinate more than 19 million children against the crippling virus. The nationwide drive will continue until May 24, with over 160,000 polio workers taking part to ensure the campaign's successful implementation. Sindh Senior Minister Sharjeel Inam Memon has announced that Shara-e-Bhutto will be open to the public on May 23, Pakistan's People Party, PPP, Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, set to inaugurate the project. The announcement was made during Memon's visit to inspect ongoing work and review progress on the major road project.
The Foreign Office, FO on Monday, strongly condemned the drone attack on the United Arab Emirates nuclear power plant, saying that such reckless actions carry potentially catastrophic and irreversible consequences for human life, the environment and regional as well as global peace and security. A day ago, a drone strike had triggered a fire near Barak nuclear power plant in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. NINIT are reporting no injuries or impact on radiation levels, according to the UAE's Defence Ministry. The Pakistan Stock Exchange's PSX benchmark index continued over 2,000 bearish momentum on Monday as the market plunged by over 200 index, declined by 2,171.1 seeds points or 1.31% to stand at 163,424.91 points from the previous close of 1,566.7 points.
Peshawar Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Sohail Afridi on Monday sought Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's intervention on an ongoing CNG crisis in his province, warning that the shortage was setting the stage for widespread agitation across KP. The province has been affected by a compressed natural gas, CNG, crisis since April, with several filling stations shut and millions of citizens struggling for affordable fuel. The situation has also negatively impacted the economic activity in the province.
driver of a freight train involved in a fatal collision with a public bus in Bangkok has tested positive for drugs and been charged with reckless driving. Authorities say the collision, which happened at the Asok Dindang railway crossing on Saturday afternoon, saw the train crash into a public bus that had come to a stop on the railway tracks.
Gaza City, Gaza, standing in a long queue under the beating sun, 14-year-old Muhammad al-Rubi was waiting to buy bread. But there was a strong chance that despite his patience, he would not get any. A flour and fuel shortage in recent weeks, brought on by Israeli restrictions on imports into Gaza, means that bakeries cannot produce as much bread as Palestinians in Gaza need.
Amid all the backstabbing and plotting in Britain's beleaguered Labour Party, one crucial fact can easily become lost in the twists and turns of the saga. Embattled Prime Minister Keir Starmer has not even faced a formal challenge to his leadership yet. Instead, he is facing a slow-motion coup that could drag on for weeks, with no guarantee that the many Labour MPs who want him to be replaced as PM will succeed. In the meantime, Britain will be adrift in leadership limbo. Pakistan Cricket Board PCB chairman Mohsin Naqvi is unlikely to travel to India after reports claimed he had been invited to attend the Indian Premier League IPL 2026 final scheduled for May 31 in Ahmedabad. According to an international cricket news report, the invitation extended to Naqvi is related to upcoming International Cricket Council ICC meetings rather than the IPL final itself.
Two joint ventures have qualified for the financial bidding stage for the construction of Islamabad's first full-scale cricket stadium. Sources said the Capital Development Authority, CDA, has approved the technical bids submitted by two groups and will now move ahead with the next phase of the tendering process. The project is being planned in collaboration with the Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB. Pakistan's cellular mobile operators are running a large nationwide telecom network, but persistent power outages are affecting service availability across the country. Minister for Information Technology and Telecommunications Shahza Fatima Khawaja informed the National Assembly in a written reply. Operations Support Systems, OS, parameters showed average network availability at 98. 1% for Telenor, 97.6% for Ufanay and 96.86% for Zong. All remain slightly below the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority's required 99% threshold.
MSI has launched the MAG 276 QP42 gaming monitor in China with a 27-inch fast IPS panel, a 1440p resolution and an overclocked 425Hz refresh rate. The monitor is priced at $322, which is surprisingly low for monitors in this range.
The traders community in Islamabad has urged the government to relax lockdown restrictions in the federal capital, similar to the measures adopted in various provinces. Business leaders said traders have consistently supported government policies and cooperated during difficult times to protect the country's interests.
The launch of Giga Boutique Mall on May 15 marked a defining moment for Pakistan's luxury retail industry. Developed by Giga Group, a name long associated with excellence, innovation and landmark developments. The newly opened mall delivered one of the most successful retail openings the capital has witnessed in recent years. From the very first day, Giga Boutique Mall attracted extraordinary public attention and massive footfall without relying on celebrity concerts, lucky draws or extravagant promotional gimmicks. Instead, the project's elegant vision, premium ambience and carefully curated lineup of Pakistan's leading designer brands created excitement strong enough to bring thousands of visitors through its doors.
South Waziristan. At least 3 people, including prominent tribal elder and chief of the Ahmadzai Wazir tribe Malik Tariq Wazir, were killed while 4 others sustained injuries in an improvised explosive device ID blast that struck the busy Rustam Bazaar area of Wana on Monday morning, officials said. According to District Police Officer DPO Muhammad Tahir Shah Wazir, the explosion occurred near Gulshan Plaza when a vehicle with Tariq on board was passing through the market. Powerful blast resulted in the deaths of 3 individuals on the spot, while 4 others were wounded, the official said. Spanish superstar Javier Bardem, who is winning rave reviews for his latest film role, slammed the toxic masculinity of Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday, which he said was responsible for their wars. Bardem plays an overbearing film director with an explosive temper in The Beloved by Rodrigo Sorogoyen, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival on Saturday to widespread praise from critics. Nearly 2 million Muslims are preparing to embark on the annual Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, which begins on May 25, following the sighting of the crescent moon in Saudi Arabia. The Hajj is the largest annual gathering of Muslims from all over the world and a once-in-a-lifetime journey for many. It is also the 5th pillar of Islam.
Punjab Traffic Police has decided to strictly enforce the lane line system across the province as part of efforts to establish a more organised and effective traffic system. According to the Traffic Police spokesperson, special measures are being introduced to improve traffic flow on roads and promote greater compliance with traffic rules among citizens.
Lahore police have arrested 4 of their own officials after allegations surfaced that they worked with transgender accomplices to lure and rob a citizen in Kot Lakhpat. According to police, 2 transgender suspects allegedly trapped a resident of Kasur and called him to a flat in Lahore. Once he arrived there, the man was allegedly assaulted by their accomplices and robbed of Rs 40,000 in cash.
Karachi, 2 police personnel were martyred on Monday when a speeding dumper truck crashed into a police van parked on the M9 motorway within the limits of the Gadap City Police Station. Officials said in a statement, Maleta police mobile assigned for patrolling and snap checking was hit by a speeding dumper. As a result of the impact, Sub-Inspector both Constable Wajid or Sub-Inspector Sahib Dad Solangji were martyred on the spot, a police spokesperson said in a statement.
The US-Israeli war on Iran has already cost companies around the world at least $25 billion. A review according to a Reuters analysis. A review of corporate statements since the start of the conflict by companies listed in the United States. Europe and Asia offers a sobering look at the fallout. Businesses are grappling with soaring energy prices, fractured supply chains and trade routes severed by Iran's chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz. Washington. United States President Donald Trump's decision to place military options against Iran back on the table follows widening political divisions at home, where Democrats increasingly frame the confrontation as economically damaging, strategically inconsistent and politically risky. The negotiations with Tehran have stalled over Iran's demand for reciprocal recognition, while the White House is intensifying diplomatic pressure and escalating war rhetoric, a combination that may further constrain efforts to secure a peace agreement in the weeks ahead. As night falls over Iran's sprawling capital and the snowy peaks of the Alborz Mountains fade into the darkness, thousands of Iranians have been routinely taking to the streets for state-sponsored rallies aimed at mobilizing supporters against the United States. Near Tajrish Square, an upscale neighborhood of Tehran, the inevitable chanting of death to America blares out over a sea of Iranian flags, while street vendors hawk tea and souvenirs like patriotic baseball caps and patches to the enthusiastic crowd. An international effort is underway to contain an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and Uganda that has infected hundreds of people and caused dozens of suspected deaths, as the United States looks to relocate a small number of its citizens affected. On Sunday, the World Health Organization declared the Ebola epidemic a public health emergency of international concern. The latest outbreak does not yet meet the criteria of a pandemic emergency, but the WHO warned the high positivity rate and increasing number of cases and deaths across health zones point toward a potentially much larger outbreak than what is currently being detected and reported.
The government has decided to introduce a new fixed tax scheme for retailers in the upcoming federal budget as part of efforts to bring the retail sector into the tax net, sources in the Federal Board of Revenue, FBR, said. According to sources, the new fixed tax scheme will be implemented nationwide and is aimed at increasing tax compliance among retailers across the country.